Good afternoon, everyone. It's Phil Brandt with Baird & Warner welcoming you to a special Casual Friday edition of the Real Estate Minute. This is, of course, where we talk about all things real estate, be it commercial, be it residential, leasing, buying, selling, whatever the case may be, really in hopes of helping you to make a better, more informed decision where real estate is concerned. Today is Friday, beautiful Friday in October. I hope you've had a chance to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather that we enjoyed today. Now, here's what generally happens. Someone will work for a company for X amount of time. They will decide in their mind, okay, well, you know what? I can do this better than my company, so I am going to strike out on my own and start my own business. At that point in time, they're going to say to themselves, well, maybe I need some brick and mortar space to do this. So now we look at a couple of options. Do we need to lease? Do we need to buy? What location suits us best? What type of space suits us best? And then thirdly, if we are going to lease, which is often the case with a new business, we are going to ask ourselves, what are the different types of commercial leases that are available? That's what I'd like to focus on today. On the board behind me, you'll see I've got a few different types of leases out there. And the first one we're going to talk about is what's called an Absolute Net Lease. Now, again, if you are starting a brand new business, you're probably not going to see this. This will more than likely be involved with large companies, large corporations who know exactly what they're getting involved with. Because what happens here is that the landlord or the lessor will put up a number, a base rent number. For example, in the example I've got behind me, you've got a $15 per square foot per year number. But then all of the expenses, the maintenance, the insurance, the taxes, the roofing of the building, the structure of the building, the parking lot, all of those expenses get pushed to the tenant. So again, most of the time these are going to be large corporations, large businesses. So you probably, if you're just getting started, are not going to be too worried about an absolute net, but I thought I'd let you know what it is. Now, the second type that I've got up on the board is what is called a triple net lease. Now, what is a triple net lease? Very simply, it is a lease where the lessor, which is the landlord, is going to offer up a base rent. In the example I've got behind me, it's $14 a square foot per year. But then they will break out for what are known as CAMs, which is common area maintenance. What does it take to keep the building and the area around it maintained? Then they will also break out for the property taxes. They'll prorate that based on the amount of square footage that you have in your space. So again, in the example that I've got behind me, you've got a base rent of $14 a square foot with the CAM number at $3.50 a square foot and the real estate taxes at $1.50 per square foot. Again, this is all factored on a yearly basis. So you add those three together to find out indeed what is it going to cost me per month. And how do we figure that? In this case, we would take those three figures, we would add them together, we would multiply that number times the square footage of the space that you have. We would come to a total, and then we divide that number by 12 to give you your monthly rate. So again, triple net is going to break out common area maintenance, possibly insurance, and taxes so that you've got that. The third lease that you see up on the board is what is called a modified gross lease. Now, what is going to happen here is that the lessor or the landlord is going to issue a number, and in the case that I've got behind me here, it's $16 per square foot per year. And that really is going to include just about everything the lessee or the tenant, being you'll be responsible for things like your janitorial services. You'll be responsible for things like your utilities, your heat, your light, your electricity. But other than that, the landlord or the lessor is going to take care of virtually everything else. Finally, down at the bottom, you see what is known as a full service gross lease. This is indeed what you'll find, especially in large office buildings often, where it's a little more difficult to break out some of these expenses. So the landlord or the lessor will put up a number, say in this case it's $22 a square foot per year. And what happens there is that's really all inclusive. You don't have to worry about separate charges for common area maintenance. You don't have to worry about separate charges for taxes and that sort of thing. So this is just a real quick look at the difference between the types of commercial leases out there. A couple of other things to keep in mind. You have build out that is going to be involved in a lot of spaces. If you're going in brand new, the space that you may look at may not be built out the way that you need it done. So there's some negotiation is going to come into play between the lessor and the lessee. Another thing to keep in mind is that you will have, almost always, you will have yearly bumps, yearly increases in that lease payment that you are doing. So it could be 1% per year, it could be 2, it could be 3, depends upon the property. And again, the agreement that you come together with the lessor to decide on the property. So please keep that in mind as you look at commercial property. If you need help, if you've got space that you need to get leased out, don't hesitate to give me a call at 815-788-2198. If you have that new business and you need to find new space, don't hesitate to give me a call at 815-788-2198, and I will be more than happy to help you with that. Always feel free to go to my website, which is philgrant.bairdwarner.com. And on there is a quick link to my YouTube channel. I ask you to look at that, subscribe to that, so you will see everything as we put it out for your viewing. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch today. I hope it was informative. Again, any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. I'm going to turn off the camera now, but don't turn off your chance to get your commercial space leased up. Give me a call today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.